Welcome to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner. Now let's join Monty Walker with Howe Bulldogs head coach Bill Jaley.
All right, Coach, you had to cancel the game with Bells a week ago. How hard was that decision to make?
It was a very extremely difficult decision. Anytime you cancel a game, it's tough. We just felt that with the number of kids who are out with COVID and sickness and everything else, not being able to get everybody there consistently to practice due to the cycle of illnesses that are running through the high school right now, we just made the decision to cancel the game. It was extremely difficult because you hate taking a game away from your players. With that, we thought it was in the best decision of the program, and we are currently hunting a game for next week. So I would highly anticipate us playing a game next week during our bye week to make up that game.
So you got two new players. Who are they, and how can they help you out?
First one is Antoine Rattler. He came into the school after the first week of school, and he's going to help our football team. He's an extremely athletic running back / slot receiver, and we're playing him as an outside linebacker, DB. And he's very athletic, very good with the ball in his hands, got a little explosiveness behind him when he gets the ball in his hands. So he's really going to impact us on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. Colin Young has been here since the start of school, but we finally got his paperwork rolling and completed. He's probably going to impact us more on the defensive side of the ball. He's be a defensive end for us, very tall, lanky kid, but got a little bit of strength behind him, but he's got a motor that doesn't quit, and he wants to be on the field, so we're going to try to get him on there as fast as possible.
Well, being on the field, been a little bit later in the evenings. Talk about the nighttime practices and why you're doing that.
Well, we moved to the first week is the Callisburg week. The heat index was just way too high in the afternoon. We actually went out to the turf one day and for an afternoon practice, and I'm not going to lie, it was hot. That heat was just radiating off the turf. And so we moved to the evening, and we noticed that our kids were just practicing better. It was awesome. We had great practices. And so the next week we went back to the grass while they were working on the turf, and we had an afternoon practice, and it was kind of sluggish. And I just said to the kids, hey, do you guys prefer practicing in the evening when it's a little cooler? And they said yes. They all raised their hands, yes, coach. So we've been practicing in the evening, by the kids' choice, and it's worked out great. The last two practices, Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, have been outstanding. But eventually we will go back to just straight afternoon practices when the weather drops. They can't use the heat as an excuse, but our philosophy as a coaching staff, whatever we got to do to make sure we have quality practices every day.
But if you're playing well, you'll probably keep practicing at night. I know how this works.
Yeah, with my superstition, if we keep rolling the way we're rolling and doing the things we're doing and it breeds success, yeah, I'm not changing. I don't change.
We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
Coach, the loss of Moondog this week was huge to the town. His impact on the Bulldog program and the entire town is huge. How did that affect you personally?
It affected me extremely personally. A lot of people may not know Moondog's my neighbor. He was always over at my house just talking. And, my little boy Jackson developed a relationship with Moondog. Every time he saw Moondog, hey, Moondog, how you doing? And Moondog was just always great with Jackson. So this is a very tough for my family because we've grown really close to Moondog in the last year especially, but from the football program side, it's a huge loss. I mean, I think every kid knows who Moondog is, and they've already talked about it, in practice and stuff like that, how they're going to miss him. So it's going to impact Bulldog football, but we're going to do something to honor Moondog as well this year. I'm brainstorming ideas of what we can do. One of my ideas, if I can make it work, is getting the Moondog's name on the back of the jerseys just for the rest of the year. But, we'll figure out what we can do, but we will honor Moondog the rest of the year as a Howe football program.
Tragic year. I don't know if there's enough room on the helmet to keep, honoring these fallen Bulldog family members. It's been horrible. JV's finally getting to play a game this week. How does that impact your varsity roster?
It impacts it a little bit because the last 2 weeks with the JV games being canceled due to COVID on both sides, Tristan Williams and Braden Ulmer will play on the JV this week, which impacts our varsity roster a little bit, but I need to get them on the field, get them reps as much as possible. But Braden Ulmer and Tristan Williams have been doing a great job in practice. They are working their tails off, so you could very well see them permanently on Friday night. So it will add a little more depth to the varsity roster, but we got to get our JV out on the field and our JV playing. And with that, I've got a game next week lined up with them playing Durant's 9th grade team, which will help offset some of the games they've lost.
Your opponent, Sanger, is 1-1, coming off a shootout loss at Lake Worth a week ago. They got a high-powered offense, a lot of returning starters coming back from a year ago. What have you seen on film maybe that you could exploit?
Well, we basically, we watched film of Sanger, and we went and watched the Lake Worth game last week. And yes, they are very explosive. They're very big, and they got some speed. From an offensive side of the ball, we do feel, with our offense this year that we can exploit a lot of teams through the air. So our game plan is essential for what we're doing, with our RPO game and everything else. There's a lot of things we can exploit. They are big up front. Offensive line, defensive line, they are big. So we are going to have to make adjustments throughout the week on how we're blocking things and stuff like that. From a defensive side, they move very, very fast. You don't see that on film, but since we were fortunate to watch them against Lake Worth, they're no huddle and they're quick. So we've had to spend a lot of time this week getting our defense lined up in the right spots very fast. Again, offensive line is huge. But we have a good solid game plan against them. We got to stop 88-1 and 22. They got some wheels on them, and their quarterback's big, but he can throw it. He can sling it down the field. So we've been working a lot on our secondary play, and hopefully it'll all come together tomorrow night. But Sanger's a very good football team, but I really feel we're a very good football team. When we're 100% healthy, I feel we can play with anybody.
Today's Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.